Okay, John, we're live. I have another great topic. Hey, everybody, Josh Rogers and John Owen with Movement Mortgage. What's up, John?
Good morning. How you doing?
Excellent. Okay, great topic today, and a very scary landmine that a lot of people step on without even realizing it, and that's when you're going for a mortgage or a home loan and you're excited about buying a home, you go online, and what is the difference between a pre-qualification and a pre-approval? I would assume this is a very big misconception a lot of people have. Is that right, John?
Absolutely. It's one of the most common questions I get as well. And, almost every bank out there will give you a pre-qualification. It's a very generic piece of paper to make you feel warm and fuzzy up front, but they really haven't dove into your finances, your income, your assets, your credit. They really have just gone off answers and questions, and no underwriter has really looked at your file to let you know if you're fully qualified for a mortgage. And that can be very troublesome, into a process when they finally start looking at your income and assets.
Yeah, so let's just use the example. I'm a brand new family. Say we just had a baby. We're renting. We need more space. We get a pre-qualification, and then we get with a real estate agent. We find that perfect home. We're excited about it. We put in an offer, and then come to find out we're not approved because of this pre-qualification. Does that sound pretty accurate?
Well, and you won't even find out at that point. When you put the offer in, most listing agents want some type of commitment or show that you've already talked to a lender, so they'll give you a pre-qualification letter saying you're pre-qualified for $150,000, and you take that letter and you use it with your offer. But all we've done is maybe you've done an application maybe online, or you've done an application over the phone with a loan officer. They may have pulled your credit, and they've based everything on what you told them. As far as your income, your assets, they haven't reviewed your tax returns, they haven't looked at your pay stubs, your bank statements, and more importantly, an underwriter, who is the person who final approves these loans and gets everything completely clear to close. They haven't seen any of your income or assets, so you're not going to know up front when you put the offer in. What will happen is you most likely have a contract that's good for 30 to 45 days. You'll find out 2 to 3 weeks into the process, once the underwriter finally gets a hold of your income, there may be an issue, and
Brutal.
That's a tough place to be in.
At that point, I've already posted the pictures of my new dream house on Facebook. I've taken my friends and family over there, only to find out 3 weeks into it that it's not accurate. So let me just ask you this. The obvious question is, why do pre-qualifications even exist if they don't have any ground to really stand on?
Because most banks and most big companies have been doing it that way for so many years, and it's more cost effective for them to just give a generic pre-qualification letter than to really have underwriters get involved, review income and assets with or without a contract. It's very costly to do that, and one of the things that drew me to Movement Mortgage is they don't care if you have a contract or not. They don't care. They will underwrite the file up front, normally within the first 6 hours to 48 hours, depending on the case. But normally within 6 business hours, I can have an answer from an actual underwriter who would final approve your loan. Yes, you're good, or no, you're not. And it's a lot easier to find out within a day or two up front than 21, 22, 23 days into the process.
Yep,
So
I love that. And
the easiest answer is it's more cost effective for most banks and most big mortgage companies just to not spend a lot of time on a file that may go nowhere, especially if they don't have a contract. They only will send files to underwriting if they have a full-fledged contract, and that's scary because at that point, like I said, you don't really know for sure. There's a lot of things that can come back on your income or tax returns or something that you would want to address up front rather than 2 or 3 weeks in.
Got it. So pre-qualification to me just says, with lack of a better example, yeah, John, you're good, I got you. Just sign here, and it's my way of making you feel good and maybe hooking you into doing business with me and just saying yes until you actually have a contract, and then I'll truly start working. Is that right?
That's the scary part. A lot of people will throw the the hook in, kind of bait you up, and then you've spent so much time with them over the phone or via email and back and forth, and then they get you hooked in, and then once they start getting a little bit of documents from you, you feel like you're almost trapped and you can't go anywhere else. You don't know if you're allowed to go anywhere else. There's a lot of answers and questions that you don't really know at that point, so you kind of feel stuck. And the reality is you can go anywhere and do anything. It's your loan, it's your house, it's your decision. So you don't ever have to feel like you're stuck. But that's in 90% of the cases what happens is you get stuck and you feel stuck.
I like it. I think that would be a great topic for another video,
Yes.
talking on that point. So let me speak from the real estate agent's point of view. I have a lot of listings helping people sell their homes, and so whenever a buyer's agent presents an offer to me, a pre-qualification versus a pre-approval, which one holds more weight? Obviously, the pre-approval. So tell me real quick, John, what is a pre-approval? What does it mean, and how solid is it?
Absolutely, a pre-approval. And what you understand is when you're putting an offer in for a house, if you like the house, 95% of the time, other people are going to like the same house, so you may have multiple offers. And if you have multiple offers and you have a pre-approval on one side and a pre-qualification on the other, the person that's pre-approved, it's more of a commitment letter from the lender saying that you've already been through underwriting, they've already reviewed all of your income and assets, and you are without a doubt, unless you get fired from your job or you quit your job, as long as everything stays the same, you're qualified for that house. That's going to hold a lot more weight and get your offer accepted a lot faster and a lot more than having just a pre-qualification letter where nobody's really reviewed your income and assets.
Okay. Hey, how long does a pre-approval take?
Like I said, I can do, the application over the phone. You can go online and apply. The soonest you get me your documents, I can submit everything to underwriting. I'll go through the list of documents that I would need to get the pre-approval. But like I said, I have normally somebody look at it within 6 business hours. If you've had more of a shaky credit history in the past with a foreclosure or maybe a bankruptcy, it could take up to 4 to 8 hours. But normally within 2 days, I can have an answer from underwriting letting you know that you're absolutely good to go up to this amount, or hey, we have an issue and you're going to be more at this amount, or you need to wait maybe 6 months to kind of get yourself in a better credit position to qualify. So at least you would know within 2 days at tops whether you're good or not, versus a quick pre-qualified letter I can get you in a matter of minutes, because it's really just that. I can just type it up, yeah, you're good, just to appease the listing agent or your offer. That's really not where you want to sit. You're not going to be very comfortable going to bed at night knowing that
Yeah. If I was going to loan somebody $200,000, it would take more than a couple minutes for me to see if they're approved.
Correct, and that's the scary part. If somebody says, "Hey, I can get your pre-approval, pre-qualified letter in a couple minutes," which is very simple to do because it's me just asking you questions. How much do you make a month, or how much do you make a year? You tell me. I plug it into a system. I kind of run it through an automated approval system. It says yes or no, and then I look at you and say, "Yeah, you're good." But then you might tell me you make $80,000 a year, but you have a self-employed other job that lost $40,000. You claimed a $40,000 loss that nobody would know until we really look at your tax return. So there's a lot of things that are hidden or that can pop up to maybe change things. So
yeah. Okay, give me that list that you were talking about required for pre-approval.
Absolutely. The list of documents we talked about in one of the previous email or videos is just a 2-year history. So we would need the last 2 months bank statements, all pages and schedules. Your most recent 2 months of retirement or asset statements like 401k, IRAs, any money that you have in reserves, any accounts that you have would definitely strengthen your position to qualify. Your last 30 days of pay stubs or LESs if you're in the military. If you are on a fixed income and you have a pension or Social Security or disability, we would need your award letter for that. Your last 2 years tax returns via the 1040s. The transcripts will not work. We would actually need to see what you submitted to the IRS. They do get the tax transcripts later on. They have to match, as there's been cases in the past where people have said they filed one thing and they came back from the IRS, they filed something differently. That's another thing that you don't want to have pop up, so that's why we would need both. If you're self-employed, we would need your federal, corporate, or your partnership tax returns, all pages and schedules, W-2s for the last 2 years, and then a copy of your driver's license or military ID, and if you're in the military, a statement of service from the command. And that's really about it.
Got it. So just from my perspective, my initial thoughts are like, gosh, man, that sounds like such a pain in the butt. There's so much information, so many details, but again, it's far better to know rock solid what you're approved for before you start getting excited about shopping for a house and then having your hopes and dreams just thrown out the window, right?
Yeah, when you get crushed and you're 3 weeks into the process, you probably already gone to Rooms to Go or one of the furniture stores and pictured furniture here and there. To have it all crumble down on you late in the it's just a bad feeling for everybody involved. Nobody wants that to happen when everybody's so excited. So I like to get everything rock solid up front, have the excitement level up front, knowing that you're completely good. You can go out and put offers in. Your real estate agent's more comfortable because they know that you're rock solid on the loan side. So everybody knows, and in most cases, when we get fully qualified up front, it also takes the time frame to get a loan done and cuts it in half. So a 45-day process, and most of my loans that I've done this year have been 14 to 16 days from start to finish because I already have them pre-approved before they get under contract. So if you're already qualified before you even find your house, you find the house, and then we just need a really appraisal and title at that point, and the process is very smooth and very simple, and you move into the house a lot quicker.
I love it. That's another video we can do about the time that it typically takes, and then some services that you guys offer. So everybody, again, I'm Josh with Keller Williams here in Jacksonville and St. Augustine. So if you're looking for a home, if you found a home, if you want to see some homes, or if you want to sell your home, I'll certainly take care of you. And guys like John and I, they don't come any more real than us. If you want us to wear a three-piece suit with a tie, we'll do that. But what matters most is what's important to you and helping you get that. Is that right, John?
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, cool. So how can we contact you, man?
I can be reached at 904-535-6538 and email john.owen, that's John.owen, @movementmortgage.com.
Okay, love it, man. Thanks. We're going to do a lot more videos, and as always, leave your comments and questions below. Has this ever happened to you? Have you fallen for the pre-qualification versus the pre-approval? And then also, what kind of mortgage questions and loan approval questions do you have for us? We'd love to address that and help you guys out. And check out our YouTube videos with all the other topics that we have. Okay, take care, John. Thanks.
Awesome. Talk to you later.